Okay. Good. Everything's positive. Alrighty. Here we are, session 4. For all the fun in the Feywild. It's been a couple of weeks. Where we last left off, you guys had finished the Big Top Extravaganza. Some performances. Some were a little bit better, a little bit more entertaining than others, but still, it was good. It was good effort by all who participated. Had a chance with Burley, chat with Burley, who to let you all know that at some point, if you wanted to you have an invitation to go and speak with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, who happen to run the carnival. Before that, decided to head over to the Hall of Illusion to talk to Candlefoot, who you found was couldn't talk. He could only speak in mime. So it was you kind of got an idea that something happened to his voice. It was stolen. Possible idea who might have taken it, but not sure. But you also noticed that as you were heading up, you saw a couple of gnomes who had one had stopped to what appears to have been proposed to their significant other, but unfortunately were a little too close to a mannequin statue in a case, and all of a sudden the person being proposed to started busting out laughing like the funniest thing. Really embarrassed the person who was doing the proposing, who ran into the hall. You guys were chatting up with Candlewick and then decided to go in. Gwen, going through the mirrors, did happen to find the individual who appeared to have been conversing with someone on the other side of a mirror and was in the process of stepping through the mirror. She ran up, and if you can picture I'm blanking on the race right now.
Furball.
A furbog tackling a
halfling. Is it a halfling or no?
It's a gnome.
No. Okay. So even smaller. That's great.
I believe it should be a halfling.
I think it's a halfling. I think that's what you said the last time.
Yep, it was a halfling. Tackling a halfling where the halfling did not pass through the mirror. But Gwen saw the face on the other side of the mirror. Looked like a child with some very muted skin tones, wearing a mask that looks like a pig of type. As the picture as the image fades and swirls, now it is just showing the reflection of Gwen and the halfling as they're lying there on the ground. Obviously, this has made a little bit of noise. So this would have attracted the attention of the rest of the party. This is where we kind of jump in and see what's up.
So just to clarify, we were all still just outside of the Hall of
Some
Illusions,
of you
right?
were just
Some of you ran in.
Some of you were just outside talking. The majority were inside.
I think it was.
I was outside.
Yeah, I was in.
It was 3 and 3. So Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the ladies went in.
Yeah.
Yes, it was all the ladies went in. Yes.
So Terry and Thurkier were standing outside. So the 4 of you are inside. Gwen, obviously you're on the ground with this halfling who is just kind of in a weird state psychologically from being tackled and whatnot.
You showed on the Super Bowl was happening.
So I imagine like Gwen is like almost like grappling she's on her backside, but like the halfling is in front of her and she's got her arms around him. And when she fell, kind of like on her lap kind of deal, she's just gonna turn around so she blocks the mirror and set the poor thing back on his, like stand up, set him down and be like, you need to go talk to your partner, your significant other outside. Because I believe I was also affected by the mannequin, right? So
Yes, you were affected. You were affected,
um,
and afterwards you realized that it was an
this-
incantation of something.
yes. So I'm gonna try to be like, I'm blocking the mirror, and you need to go talk to your girlfriend. Just don't do it by the mannequin. The mannequin also made me laugh. Please go ask her again. She's outside feeling very upset about what happened. Just don't do it by the mannequin. And I kind of like try to push him out of the Hall of Mirrors. Like, I don't know if he'll go, but I don't know. So I set him back up on his feet. So
So he's a little perplexed, and then kind of stares at you a little bit.
Yeah.
And
I'm blocking the mirror. I'm a big furbolg, so the mirror should be totally blocked.
the mirror, I mean, yeah, for it's. I mean, it for some reason, even when you're standing in front of it, you could see your whole figure in the mirror. But yeah, from just you standing in front, there's very little the halfling could see, and he's kind of he's less interested in the mirror and more interested in seeing you standing right there after what had just happened. As he takes another moment to kind of collect his thoughts, and he's just,
Before he goes, I want to ask him, did you see something other than yourself in the mirror?
there was a girl who said if I go with her, I could forget the embarrassment. But you're saying that to not propose in front of the statue?
Yes, because it affected me as well. It made me laugh. She wasn't laughing at you. Go try it again.
Roll a persuasion check.
Was she the only one? I can't remember. Was somebody else affected by the mirror?
Terry
No,
almost was, but he was able to shake it off. And
Yeah.
for some unknown reason to all of you, he recognized the name of the individual on there as being as referring to someone who goes by the who goes by the name
Big
Tasha.
What was
Tasha, yeah.
what was you persuasion?
Yep, you're trying to convince him everything's fine. So.
I don't like these new dice. I rolled a 6.
Oh no.
It might not be the dice, is what I think we're
Oh,
New dice. I shouldn't have even tried.
nice deal they go.
Gotta break them in.
So 6 plus your bonus gives you what?
It's a 6. I got a 3 plus a 3.
Oh,
It's a
Okay.
6.
He's having a hard time believing you, and he's still a little
Okay.
kind of shell shocked from the experience.
Does he look like he might leave? Because I will pick him up and walk him out.
He's standing there. He's kind of doing. He's trying to sort it all out in his mind. You know, when somebody it's
Okay.
like they're trying.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
gonna
they
give
see
him a minute.
things or something that doesn't make sense, and there's just been this. All of a sudden, there's this huge amount of activity. And they're just trying to process it all. So they're
Okay.
he's in a state. He's in kind of a state of shock, and he's
Well,
trying to
I'll-
process through it.
I'll step up and I'll say, hey, we both saw it too. She's not lying. It really did affect her, almost affected somebody else too. So she's probably right. I bet you your girlfriend will probably say yes this time. The mirror definitely caused her to laugh for sure.
All right.
The mannequin did.
Go ahead and roll persuasion there, Felonia.
Okay. Oh, I was just going to try to give Gwen like advantage or something, but I can do it.
No, don't make me roll again.
Fine, I can do it. I just didn't want to take away I didn't want to take away your thing. So
No, go ahead.
I rolled a natural 20.
Ah,
With that, he
23
sits
is my
there, he
total.
stands there. And he says, "All right, I'll go." And as he goes out, just before he leaves, he intercepts his girlfriend, and y'all can kind of hear that she just apologizes profusely about some reason. She didn't know why she started laughing at the thought of him proposing, and you hear them kind of sort it out, and she accepts, and then they're happy as they leave. And Candle, you kind of look around. Centauri and Thurkar, you guys are standing outside, so you have a better line on Candlefoot. And as the couple goes out, kind of apologizing to each other and happy about the proposal, you see him just kind of sag.
I wonder what that was inside of the tent. And then
You
we
don't hear any
see-
noise. You just kind of see him kind of light up, but then get really depressed.
You warm-blooded creatures are so peculiar.
I look at Gwen and I say, "Why did you tackle him?" I
Did you
don't
not
understand.
see what was in the mirror?
Yeah, they were just
wasn't-
they're showing us our life as we were going through, like a different stage
No,
of our life.
no, it wasn't. It was a different person. She had a pig face. She had like blue gray skin. Like she was decayed.
I look in the
Decaying.
mirror as she's talking just to see if I can see
And-
anything.
As you
Gwen
look
will-
in the mirror, you see yourself as you are now.
Okay.
Gwen will go over and like tap on the glass,
And
and like it's solid, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
she
as far as you can tell, it is a piece of metal that has been polished to
Okay.
a shine that reflects.
Gwen wants to hit that with her mace.
Nope.
Oh,
All right,
she-
go ahead and roll for the attack.
I step back.
She takes
Good
out her
idea.
mace, which
Like,
is
whoa.
okay.
Is this happening on the 13th of a Friday?
9. Does that hit a mirror?
You miss him.
I missed the mirror.
Oh,
But
you
no.
now keeping in mind you're in kind of a tight space, so it's and as big as you are,
Oh,
it's
my
not like
mace.
you can come back with like a major league player swing of the bat here, but you kind of work your way, and you just at most you do is you knock the mirror over. So you just clip it and you knock it over, and then unfortunately as it falls back, it catches another one. Then all of a sudden you start getting this kind of domino effect.
I
Oh no.
by the arm and I say, "Let's go." I start going.
Yeah, she lets her drag her out.
Nat's just sitting like, what? Ah!
Let's go.
Terry and Thurkar, roll a perception check.
You hear it
Well,
loud?
that time, that must be them.
Natural 20. Plus 5, so 25.
21 for me, but I rolled the deception act.
Roll
Wow.
deception instead.
I
Yeah.
didn't hear
But
that.
my perception's better.
So as you guys are standing there, kind of with all of a sudden, you hear a noise. You hear a grunt and a noise, and then all of a sudden you hear what sounds like a domino effect of things falling for a few moments, and in the next, as you kind of look at each other, like what you see the four of them come darting out, and Gwen has this kind of really
She's
sheepish
still holding her
look on
mace.
her face.
She's holding her mace like still and just running. She's like, I am not crazy. There was another person in that mirror. It was a different person, and she's still holding her mace and just running out.
A few other
Yeah.
patrons come running out. Candlewick looks at y'all, looks inside the hall, looks at y'all, and kind of does the what? Huh?
I just
Yes, I was just too big.
I start patting Gwen on the. Let's go get you a funnel cake. Let's go get something to eat.
Ooh, she perks up when you say that. Another Twinkie.
Yeah, sure. Whatever it takes.
So
She's still like got her mace over her shoulder. I'm like, she'll put it away.
So Candlewick has gone into the tent to look.
No, he refuses to go in, but he was looking at y'all, looking inside, looking at the sound of the noise, looking at y'all, and kind of slumps his shoulders and just is like. And after there's a couple other carnival workers nearby who hear the noise, come over to investigate, and he points them inside, and they go in, and then you hear, as you guys are walking away, you can hear a few
Words.
sounds. What languages do y'all speak?
Oh man.
I just
Celeste?
have Common and Elvish.
I have Celestial, Common, Elvish, Giant, and Sylvan.
Yeah. Draconic,
I have-
Goblin, Primordial, and Sylvan for me.
Yeah. Common.
Common, Elvish, Halfling, and Infernal.
Yeah,
Dylan?
quite the damn of languages.
The only thing I add is thieves can't.
Durkar, what about you? What languages?
Common, Draconic, Druidic, and Sylvan.
Harry, what was yours again?
Just Common and Elvish.
Common and Elvish. Y'all, Felonia can hear this because it's Goblin, and the rest of you don't quite catch it. But Felonia, you can hear some interesting expletives coming out of the tent. As some comments about how did they knock these over? What idiot set them up so close?
I just tell everybody, say, let's get going. Let's go.
I'm just going to kind of tippy toe over to the entrance and just kind of stick my head and just look around. Not walking in. I'm just gonna take a peek and see what I see.
All right, do a quick perception, since you're not trying to.
Yeah, I don't want to interrupt. I just want to see if I can catch anything. Dirty 20, 15 plus 5.
So as everybody's starting to leave, you sneak over and you look in, and you see that you can see this kind of winding path of mirrors that doubles back on itself, and you can kind of, as you kind of look up and look over, you see that the back third is really open all of a sudden, because you can kind of trace to see how the mirrors went in the path, but all of a sudden in the back third of the tent there seems to be this huge open area all of a sudden, and that's where you hear a lot of the sounds from the goblins who had rushed in to check things out.
Okay, I'm curious, so I'm no longer just sticking my head in. I'm just going to take a couple of steps, just to get a little
couple
closer.
of steps, and you kind of look through, and you see that the reason there's this huge opening is they are in the and you see them lifting mirrors up.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back and grab Terry and pull him out. We need to go. We need to go now.
Okay.
Let's go.
So I don't see anything else out of the ordinary other than the goblins standing
No,
mirrors
this
up.
is at this point. This is carnival hands are picking up the mess.
Yeah.
And talking amongst themselves in Goblin, which you don't understand.
Right.
But give me an insight check. See if you can grasp the tone at which they're speaking.
Yeah. I'm pretty clueless at this point.
Yeah, it just sounds weird. You don't understand it, but you can see that there's clearly a mess in the back corner.
Yeah.
And seeing Gwen running out with her mace in her hands, and everybody kind of in that, we gotta go.
Yeah. If ever there was a time for me to roll on that one, that was it.
Ain't nobody here but us goblins.
Yeah.
Your last roll was a nat 20. That's fine.
Yeah. All right, so I will allow myself to be towed out of here by Gwen.
All right. So
Gwen's
you
just
guys,
whistling.
so you wander back up. And coming back toward the big top and the Calliope, and you look in, you see there's still some other things to kind of look at and do. You also notice that the night has definitely worn on. It's been almost 6 hours since you've been to the carnival, so night is coming to a close, and there's still some things to do. You see, there's this carousel with these with the unicorns on it, and
Ooh.
see there's a couple other little booths. One of them is a ring toss type of game. Another one is a kind of a circle area with like a cyclops sitting there, as you see people trying to looking at it for a little bit and then getting frustrated and leaving. You see another booth that has like this, has some cages with like these creatures inside, and kind of hear what looks like people are trying to guess a number when they stare at these creatures.
Let's go see this. I always wonder what it would be like to have one eye. Speaking of which, does anybody want the fish eye?
No, but I was thinking about food. There's this big, huge area up there called the Feasting Orchard, and that sounds like it might be fun.
That can be fun too.
Yep.
I'm getting a little bit peckish.
Should we get to?
I'm also down to ride the carousel if you guys want to.
I like food. As long as it's not fish eyes.
Should we think about going to see Mr. Witch and
Guys,
Mr.
work,
Light?
guys. You ought to try them.
It
Yeah.
was supposed to be later, right?
I don't know. How many more hours do we have?
You still
mean, it's not any-
You still have about two hours before the carnival shuts down for the night.
Okay.
Yes.
But then I can't remember. Is that when we were supposed to go see them?
Yep.
We're
You can go
supposed to see
at
them
any
at
time.
some
It's
point.
just if you want. It's just there's other attractions within the carnival. You have an open invitation to go and speak to them.
I was thinking it was the end,
Okay.
at the end of the carnival.
So it doesn't have to be tonight. We could come back.
Yep. The thing that happens at
okay.
the end is the king and queen, king or queen of the carnivals.
You do know that there's some conversation that at the end of the night they're going to crown the monarch of the of the carnival, which is something they do every night for the person is a big ceremony that closes out the evening, so to speak. So there's still a couple hours till that, which you hear a few people kind of excited about, wondering who's going to be crowned the monarch for the night. You do start to hear some rumors and some conversations about the Hall of Illusion being temporarily closed for cleanup. And there are some people who are a little bummed out about that.
I wonder what happened there.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I could go for food or the carousel.
Well, I messed in my mind. I thought we were supposed to go talk to them like after things, so we can go with that.
Yeah.
I don't care whatever anybody wants.
You totally choose when you want to head over there. You do at some point you are shown where kind of pointed to the direction of the staff area, which is a huge thicket area that you can't get through, but that they're saying that is roughly where the staff area is. So, but kind of where it is. That you can go speak to them and the invitation is open for any time in the evening, before even time in the evening to go and speak to them. So
We have to walk by there to get to the other half of the carnival where we're heading out. So
yeah, it's behind the big top, so it's not an easy thing to pass. But as you kind of pass in front of the big top, and some people kind of direct you, that's where the staff area is, and no one's supposed to go over there unless they've been invited. And then you see other people kind of crawling around, because you guys have spent a lot of time in the southern half of the carnival. So in the northern half, the only thing you've seen is the gondola swans that ride around. So the carousel, the feasting orchard. There's still some other booths and stuff that you pass
Dragonfly
by.
rides.
Yeah.
We'll have three
I have 3 punches. Yeah.
punches left.
Yes.
Oh shoot.
Let's not waste them.
No.
Too much fun. See, I'm smiling.
Yes. I personally would like to wait until the end of the night to go and see Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. I feel like there's more that we could explore in the north before we go there.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste these 3 punches either. So
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
let's
you can
make
also get another ticket at the ticket booth. It's going to cost
Yeah.
you a couple silver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to cost 8 silver for a ticket, 3 silver for a child. But you're all are adults, so 8 silver get you another ticket with another 8 punches.
we have to make one of our stops the feasting orchard.
I
Right.
vote we go there now.
Okay.
Sounds
no.
wonderful.
Let's see what they have to feast upon.
Yes, as
All right.
long as we don't talk about fish eyes the rest of the way there.
All right, I'll relinquish it. Perhaps there's
it's a
something.
big barrel with a pie on top of it.
So as you make your way, so it sounds like everybody's going to the feasting orchard.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you guys come close to the feasting orchard, music and mirth radiate from this park. The heady scents of flowers, mead, and berry pie waft through the air. Stilt walkers pluck fruit from trees. Musicians drum, pipe, and strum, and everywhere there is singing and dancing and an ornate amount of custard. And as you kind of look in and you see these long tables with pies and people sitting there, you get the feeling that there is some kind of eating contest that is at the core of this particular area.
I am in.
Me too.
Sign me up.
You had me at feasting orchard.
So you head up. If you head up to the barrel to the center, which is this big barrel with like a half-eaten pie on it, and there's a individual sitting there. It's like, all right, you want in on that eating contest? You can look like you could put a lot away, as he points to Terry.
I resemble that remark.
And Gwen just looks back and forth. You're saying that to the little bunny, and I'm in. She goes.
What about
One
the
punch,
big
one punch, and eat
lizard
all
man?
you want. And the winner is the one who can eat the most. One punch.
What is this
I'm in.
all about? Somebody explain it to me.
All right, so the idea is you swallow these are cupcakes, and you have to swallow as many as you can within the allotted time. The person who swallows the most, winner of the contest for that round.
Can I participate even with my big maw of teeth?
You sure can. All you gotta do is punch for a ticket. Then you can just sit down and eat as many as you can.
Are
May
these
I join in?
Yes.
good?
All right. So who's all participating?
I am.
Gwen definitely will.
Terry,
Yeah.
Nat, Felonia, Gwen, Dylan. Are you participating?
Not really hungry, but I'll give it a shot. So
Okay. Durkar, you're
Yeah.
those fish eyes are great.
All right,
Yeah.
so y'all get a punch on there, and they kind of point you to the thing to the table.
Here you go, Dylan. Have one more fish eye for yourself.
Maybe afterwards.
All right. They're in a pocket on my leather.
I smelled something.
All right.
All right. So to start off with, so if your starting point is you can eat enough every 3 seconds you can eat one of these cupcakes, and your total amount the starting amount you can eat safely is 3 plus your Constitution modifier. So, what are your I'll go around. Terry, what's your con modifier?
+2.
That means you can eat 5 before you start feeling full. Nat?
0.
3. Dylan?
2.
2?
Yep.
All right, so
Plus
you
two.
can eat 5 without before you start feeling full. Polonia?
+3. So
6. When?
Wow.
Oh, 2. So
So you can
5.
go with 5. Thurkar, what's your con modifier?
+1.
All right, so you can eat 4. So each of you sit there and go through that first amount. As you reach for your next one, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Constitution saving throw.
okay.
Ugh. 11.
I'm done. I'm done.
So
9.
So we're working our way around. So Terry, what did you get?
11.
11. You are good this round. Nat, what'd you get?
I don't want to talk about it.
Below 10 or above 10?
I got a 1.
Okay, that's below 10. Dylan, how about you?
6.
6. Polonia?
14 total.
14. Okay. Gwen?
21.
All right. Thurkar?
9.
9. All right. If you got above a 10, you're good for this round. If you got below 10, you will take 7 points of custard damage.
Jeez.
7
Oh.
points of custard damage
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
as you grab your next cupcake and stuff it into your mouth. Roll your con saving throw again.
Oh god.
When you get to
I
0
could
hit
die
point-
from
when you get to 0, like you would subtract from your hit points the custard damage. When you get to 0, you're out of the contest.
Okay.
19.
So it's not actual.
Whoa.
No, this is just you're using your hit points as that marker.
Your custard
And then
damage.
every time you fail, you take a D8. You take custard damage. If your custard damage equals your hit points, you're out.
Well,
The
I'm,
nice gods have blessed me.
All right,
I got a
give
natural
everybody
20.
Do their rolls, and then we'll go around again. All right, Terry, what'd you get this time?
19.
18. Nat,
Natural 20.
nice. Dylan,
A 9.
9. Okay, Felonia,
I got another 19. A 19, I would say.
19. Okay, Gwen,
12.
Thurkar.
this custard does not sit well with me. Where's the meat? I got a 4.
Oh,
All right, for
jeez.
those below 10, another 7
I'm
points of
very
custard
out.
damage.
Sorry, how much?
How much?
7.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Thurkar. So Thurkar sits there. He takes it and he just he's got custard all over his face, and he's just not looking good. He's not looking good at all. Everybody else still good?
Yep.
Nope, Dylan's
All
out.
right. Next cupcake goes in.
Goodness.
Dylan said he's out.
You're out. Dylan?
I'm out. Yeah.
Okay, so Dylan and Thurkar are out. Last 4. Okay.
All right.
And my friend, you want an eye now?
I could need another thing.
Um,
I take real damage if you eat a fisheye now.
All right. Terry, what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Nice. Nat.
16.
Okay. Felonia.
18.
Gwen.
7.
All right, Gwen, you're going to take 5 points of custard damage.
Okay. I'm still good.
All right, next cupcake. Oh,
where is
Here
custard
we go.
damage when I'm actually trying to lose weight in the real world?
Oh. Oh no. Oh no, this might
Oh,
be
that
it for me.
was close.
This might be it for me.
Alrighty, Terry.
And Terry at this point is just hoofing it down. He's just not even playing anymore. It's 15.
All right, Nat,
5.
Polonia.
Mine was a 10 total. Does that still make it?
Made it. You made it.
Oh, man.
You got so lucky.
All
Gwen.
right, hold on.
18.
Alrighty.
Gunshot.
2 points of cluster damage this time for those who got below 10.
I am just barely still in.
You do
I am
that and
hanging
you're
on
like,
by thread.
you look at the next cupcake and you're like, got this. Got this. You grab that cupcake, y'all take down the next cupcake.
You shall not defeat me, cake of cups.
Come on. Oh. Oh boy.
Alrighty.
This, this was it.
So this one gets lodged in his throat just a little bit and it just starts to feel the pressure. 8.
Okay. Nat,
2.
Polonia,
Rolled a 10, so 13.
Gwen,
16.
16. All right. 6 points of cluster damage for those who got below 10.
Oh, man.
I'm out.
All right. 3 left.
Hold it together.
Here we go. Next cupcake.
Gwen's holding 2 in both hands.
Oh,
Roll 19.
natural 20.
Oh,
Well, I don't think.
All right, Terry.
Oh no. Oh
Natural
wait.
20.
Yeah, 22.
All right, Felonia.
I also had 22, but mine was a 19.
I just
What?
realized we were doing saving throws. I would have been fine. No.
Oh, wait, are we doing saving throws?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a con saving. It's a con saving throw.
Oh, I got a +2 to both, but I've been doing regular throws. Same modifier, so never mind. Oops.
All right. So anybody below 10?
I have a 10. You said that beats
Yep,
it,
meets
right?
and beats. You're
Okay.
good.
Okay.
All right. So no custard damage this round. Next round.
If the furball doesn't win, she's gonna be depressed.
19 total.
Come on, where's mine at 20?
Terry's got
no.
his second wind.
All right. Terry, what'd you get?
19.
All right. Felonia?
I also have a 19.
Gwen?
8.
7 points of custard damage.
I'm still in.
Still in it. All right. Next round.
2 points. 2 points left.
Here we go.
Oh.
So Dylan and
Oof.
Turkar, you guys are seeing it as you're seeing at this point and Nat, you're seeing they're just covered in
Oh, no.
custard as they keep just grabbing and double fisting cupcakes into their mouths.
That's 20.
Oh, how can they do this?
Terry,
I feel like the kid in Matilda who ate the chocolate cake and just,
Oh.
with a 5.
I was kind of thinking about old school Charlie and Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka and the Charlie.
That's where I was
Factory
going.
Gustus.
with Gene Wilder,
Gustus.
the kid.
Yeah.
Gustus.
Yeah.
Use between the fish eye and the Twinkie at Dnd Beyond, yeah.
I'm
You
dead.
just see Nat holding her stomach like, are they okay?
Terry?
Oh, it was a 5.
5. Okay, Felonia.
Mine was a nat 20, 23.
All right, Gwen.
Go off.
7.
Come on, less than
Come on.
4. Less than 4.
1
At
point of
one.
custard damage.
Oh, you're
my
still in
God,
it.
Glenn.
Dylan! I had 2 points left.
Oh goodness.
Here we
I
go.
feel like this
Again,
is
another
probably-
round.
You can see Gwen. I
At this
don't know
point,
if
you
you
have
can see
kind
it
of a
through her
crowd
fur.
coming, kind of like cheering you on. It's like, Gwen, 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 Gwen.
Oh,
See through her fur, her face would probably be
Oh, yeah,
green at
it's-
this
I mean,
point. Like,
It's like cream pie in the face. It's just
you
this
see her
custard,
kind of
and
start
you keep
swaying.
reaching for more.
You see
Yeah.
her start swaying, but she's not giving in.
Barry,
Another nat 20 for 22.
all right,
I-
Bologna.
I must have had I was too confident in that last one. I have a 6 total. So
Oh, Gwen.
13, but she's just swimming back and forth, but she's still like shoving cupcakes in her mouth.
Being
3
She's
sweat.
points
just like-
of custard damage for those who got below 10.
Would you say 3?
3.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
I've
Next
tempted
round.
fate too many times. This
The
is it, I know
chanting
it.
is going on. People are, yeah, do it,
It's like-
do it, do it, do it, do
No.
it.
Gwen is
This is
holding her
our 10th
stomach.
cupcake.
All right. Terry,
18.
okay. Polonia,
12.
Gwen,
I got a 6. She just like collapses back. Like, I'm done.
4 points
can
of
roll
custard
one.
damage. Yep. You guys see there, Gwen, as you see Gwen, she in there, and then all of a sudden
She
it's
like
that.
literally just tips over. Like, I'm-
She shouldn't have had that fried Twinkie.
she's gonna run to find the privy.
All right, two contestants left. More cupcakes are set down in front of you, and you keep going at it.
My eyes
Same
are just
roll.
getting big.
A little bead of sweat drips down their foreheads.
It's hard to mix. It actually you just starts see custard run. I mean, it's
Yeah.
all in there. 'Cause they didn't say you had to eat
It's
it
just
cleanly, you
everywhere.
had
Oh
to-
my god, you're becoming custard.
Terry,
14.
Polonia?
I also have 14. 11 plus 3.
Here we go. Another round. More cupcakes are there. You just keep plowing them in. Everybody's cheering you on.
It's like a black pudding.
21.
Gwen comes back, just sits down.
Oh.
21 for Terry.
Oh my gosh, I have a 21. 18 plus 3.
You
Oh
keep
my
going
God.
there.
Neck and neck.
Here we go.
They must be Superman. I don't know.
Dirty 20.
17.
I rolled a 17.
17.
All right. Keep going.
Here we go.
Gwen, are you okay?
9 plus 2, 12.
Dirty 20.
Oh, I got a 12. But
All right. Another round.
here we go. This is so many cupcakes.
You just see
16.
Nat lay down on the ground like, I don't feel good.
17.
I go sit by Nat and lay like just facing the sky.
There you go.
As Nat and Gwen are kind of leaning against a bench or kind of there and just kind of covered in custard as they're sitting there. There's a couple of gnomes who run over with like big old, for them they're like they're two-handing carrying these mugs of liquid over there and trying to hand it to you guys. This'll help.
So Dylan learned a trick from his father. So he walks over behind the two of them, and as they're ready to wolf down the next one, all of a sudden he starts going.
Oh.
Next one's a disadvantage.
Roll an intimidation check with that.
Custard intimidation.
Oh man.
7. Not a convincing performance.
Not a very convincing performance at all. All right, Terry and Felonio, what'd you get for the next round?
Here we go.
17.
And I got a 16.
All right, another round.
Here we go.
When will it end?
Terry got 19.
Oh, I got a 9.
6 points of custard damage.
Oh, I'm still up.
Oh my
They bring
god.
over
so
another
close.
2 trays of cupcakes for you to start wolfing down for the next round.
Nat comes over and starts like poking Terry's sides, like,
Oh.
come on. You know you're gonna go out.
14.
9.
Oh,
Another 6 points of custard damage.
Okay. Which side of me are you, Nat?
Oh god.
Oh no. We're away from you. The gnomes are taking
I'm
care of
right.
us over here. Don't
So
you?
I'm out.
Care for
I'm
a
out.
fisheye?
Terry's out.
Oh
Felonia
my
is
God.
the winner. As you reach up and you grab the next set of cupcakes to start coming down, you look over and you see Terry kind of do the Gimli from Lord of the Rings. Just sits there,
Yeah.
eyes kind of cross, and just collapses
and I just,
Yeah.
out to the side.
look at him and I
Judge
say,
stand there
geez,
goes,
okay.
Winner.
I say, silly rabbit,
What?
tricks are for kids. No, I'm kidding.
We say that. Don't get us sued. It's good too.
And then I promptly throw up. I'm just kidding.
When I hear Thurk talk about fish eyes, I run to the privy again.
I had
What?
20, I had
What did I
23
say?
cupcakes.
You mentioned the fish eyes, and I've already agreed.
So after the contest is done, and you see that the crew of carnival workers who work this area, it's like as you all step back and kind of take a look. This table is trashed with like cupcake
I wonder
residue
why.
everywhere and stacks of trays, and you see them come and they wipe it down and better and faster than that at some restaurants. It's like cleared, polished, done, and you kind of there, and one of the official who was judging your particular contest, because as you look over, there are different contests going on at different times, so it's like this is a repeat thing you could try and do. The judge for this one comes over and offers Felonia a cupcake. But this one doesn't look like the others. This one looks kind of special, and it's got a wrapper in a little box, and it's in a little box. So he kind of opens the lid so you can see it, then shuts the lid, and offers it to you. This is a special cupcake, Felonia. It's going to essentially give the same effect as a potion when you eat it. But you have to eat the whole cupcake in order to get the benefit.
Right now?
No, you don't have to eat it now. You can eat it later. But just letting you know that if you eat this cupcake, something will happen.
Okay.
We don't know. What.
We don't know what it
That
will
doesn't
be.
sound
I'm not telling
ominous
you
at
what
all.
it is.
Okay.
I gotta have some things for those moments when you're like, all right, I'm gonna eat this cupcake. What'll happen?
Okay. I'm gonna write cupcake of power on my
Cupcake of power.
You'll grow another horn.
So as you guys are kind of sitting as you're recovering from that, you see you kind of the music and everything kind of goes off and starts up again as you're kind of commiserating and recuperating over that. Trying to ponder. It's like, how did Terry eat so many? And Bologna, and it's like, Gwen, you're sitting there. It's like, did they eat the new-
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, I could have been like, I could have had these things
Oh,
on
yeah.
my claws and just kind of ate them like shish kebabs on sticks. And it's like, why?
She ate a whole bunch of fried Twinkies, is why.
That's right.
At least
Not
she
wrong.
didn't hit it with her mace.
Are you guys sitting around? Come on, let's go and jump on the carousel now. Some
Are
spinning
you
around would be
kidding?
great.
Maybe
Yeah.
let's settle stomach first.
I love that. That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
I
All
see
right,
a lot
so-
of con saves in our future now.
So give
Good.
me perception checks as you're sitting there and kind of commiserating.
All of us?
Yep, all of you can do it
Okay.
because you're kind of sitting there, you're hearing all the music and the dancing and whatnot, but there's something kind of out there and you're not sure, so you're kind of just scanning around for whatever your individual reasons are, but in every area you're always kind of scanning around.
I see nothing.
We're going to start with Thurkar and work. Or no,
I will.
Felonia, what'd you get?
12 total.
All right, Gwen?
Gwen is holding her stomach. She got a 7. She doesn't notice much.
Thurkar?
I'm slightly recovering. I got a 10.
Dylan?
Well,
Nat?
18.
Terry?
T3.
23?
Mm-hmm.
You got
So,
lucky.
Felonia, what'd you get on yours again?
I was only a 12. I rolled a
Okay,
6.
so Nat and Terry had the highest on that. All right, so as you guys are, as everybody's kind of sitting there, Nat and Terry, you notice that looking about the area, you see this this gnome kind of strumming on a lute, sitting there and kind of watching y'all, and just kind of playing along, but you kind of get the feeling that she's actually you know, when someone's like looking at a crowd, but then they're looking at someone in a crowd, kind of get that impression that she's looking at the six of you sitting there as she's kind of playing, and seems kind of casual, just kind of sitting there.
I
I
also got a
will-
21. I forgot to add my perception.
I will just kind of put an arm around Filoni and say, "Hey, come on, we have fans." And I just wipe the custard off my
Yeah.
face, just looking more presentable.
I've got like, you've heard like the meat sweats, right? I've got like the cupcake sweats going
just-
on. I'm just
Pulling off my ears.
I mean, they've handed you towels and drinks to kind of wash everything down and clean up, but if
Yeah,
you still have a little bit on there, you want to think of it as like,
Yeah.
you know, war paint from Braveheart, then that's
Right.
totally on you.
wait a minute, like this.
They can take our country, but they can never take our freedom.
All right, I go with them. I go with them to go meet our fans.
Meet your fans in terms of, you know, the people who are cheering you on, or
Yeah, whoever Terry was taking me to see.
oh yeah, okay. So Terry, where are you leading Felonia?
Well, thankfully, I've kept my eyes on the gnome, so I'm going to the one playing the lute.
Okay, so you kind of walk up.
All right, I have to read you guys my description of the Cupcake of Power. Here we go. As part of the victory from the cupcake eating contest in the Witchlight Carnival, this was Felonia's prize for first place. No idea of the effect, but it's sure to be something sweet.
Nice.
I'm a dad. What can I say?
Yeah.
It has sprinkles and little cinnamon things. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
As you're walking up, you're noticing this gnome is sitting on a branch in a pear tree, plucking away at the lute, kind of watching, and as you kind of come close, she sits there and she starts kind of sitting there playing, kind of relaxing.
How high is the branch?
It's probably a good 6-8 feet up.
Yeah, I'm
Because you
going
notice
to.
there, I mean, she's high enough up there that it's like Gwen could probably reach her arm up because she's so tall as a furbog. But you
Mhm.
know that of the people on stilts wandering around, the stilts are high enough that they can just grab the fruit from the trees.
Right. Is the branch long enough to have another person sit next to the gnome?
Roll an investigation.
Gonna knock him out of the tree.
19.
The branch doesn't look sturdy enough to hold a medium-sized creature, an additional, or especially not an additional creature. It looks
Uh-huh.
like it's right. It's a good thickness and structure that it looks like it's good. The one person who's sitting there, and it's kind of there, one legs dangling down, just kind of plucking away.
Okay. Once we get close enough, I'll just glance up and say, so did you enjoy the show? I'd say we were pretty spectacular, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, money well spent in my.
And those cupcakes, I don't know that I'll eat any more anytime soon, but they were good.
Yeah, they're good. They get a little messy though. It was kind of touch and go there. I could see on your face.
Oh, is there still some on my face?
Yeah, I think
Your fur.
right there. I think yep. I think you got it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. So, you just perched up there on the tree for the better view of the competition?
Oh yeah. Always fun to see. It's always fun to see how the contestants go. And to be fair, the sounds here are pretty good. Some other areas it's a little hot. It's a little rough on the ears, but you know here it's kind of peaceful, and I can easy to kind of work with the melody. And you see, and she stops kind of testing and starts actually playing, and it's in perfect time with the other sounds you hear. It's like she just picks it up right there and starts just playing along.
Yeah, Terry just kind of sits there and bobs his head a little bit, listening. Doesn't want to interrupt. He appreciates a good performance.
I pull out my flute, and because I thoroughly enjoy a good performance, and I pull out my flute and I begin to try to riff off of what she's doing and harmonize and stuff like that.
Go ahead and give me a performance check.
We'll see what happens. That's not bad. 15 plus dirty 20.
Oh yeah. So you sit there, and after a couple of keys, you're playing in time, and as she shifts her play style just a little bit, and it kind of syncs up more, where you just have a nice kind of jam session going.
I have little spectral cupcakes are bouncing around Terry's head.
Yeah, with seeing the little cupcakes, Terry just kind of grimaces a little bit. It's like, that's too much. That's too much. Too many. No, I don't want. I don't want. Right. Well, do you work here in the carnival?
No. I just happened to be passing through and figured I'd come and enjoy it for the night. And then, saw all of you coming up and figured it'd be fun to see what happens.
Sure. Is this I'm sorry, is this a male or
Female?
A man, female?
The female
gnome?
female gnome bard who's sitting there playing on the lute.
Yeah. Does she have wings like the rest of us?
Yep, she's got her fairy wings and the fairy wings on, like she's a patron or a guest.
Oh, right. Oh. Well, is this your first time at the carnival?
Nope. It's all I seem to catch up with it every so often.
Every so often. Well,
Did you see the carnival? Is it 5 years ago?
8 years ago.
Yeah. Were you here last time it was in the area?
Oh, not this area, but I stopped by and visited when it was somewhere else.
How do you get to somewhere else?
All kinds of ways of traveling. Gotta know the right road.
I guess that's true for everything. You mind if I join you in your music? I'm gonna pull out my schwam.
Okay.
No, 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 no.
Go and roll a performance check with your instrument.
All right. $15.
All right. As you're sitting there and you're trying to join in, and you kind of stumbling a little bit, but again, she sits there, and the bard sits there and adjusts a little bit, and soon is able to harmonize with you. Polonia, go ahead and give a quick performance to see if you can you adjust as well.
That was about 15 total.
Yeah. So the shift is a little bit where it kind of catches you, and it takes you a minute to catch up, but soon the three of you are harmonizing really well.
All right. Rock on.
Seeing that you are such a veteran of the carnival, might you have any insights about the goings on here?
Seen a few things. Seen a few things from time to time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty wild place depending on where you are.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to the Hall of Illusions?
Nice place. I heard somebody knocked a few.
It used to
miracles
be.
ago.
Yeah, it used to be.
I heard somebody knock some mirrors over. That wouldn't have been any of y'all.
I have
right?
I heard that too.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I really, really heard it. Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, yeah.
Gwen will
poor
wander
Candle-
over right now.
Yeah, poor Candlewick. He's-
Speaking of Gwen, hey, how's it going, Gwen?
How are you guys still moving? She's still.
I feel like I want to throw up, but you got to put on a happy face, right?
Well, she kind of as the bard kind of looks at you at Gwen coming over and still looking a little sick. She sits there and adjusts her song just a little bit, and Gwen, as you hear it, you feel all of a sudden much happier, feeling like some kind of healing has washed over you, and
Okay.
the feeling of fatigue and stomach sickness gone. So
Gwen
then
looks-
she adjusts again and continues to harmonize with Felonia and Thurkar. It's almost like she
Yep.
took a little solo break and then joined the rest of the band.
Gwen will nod up to her, and you said I could reach up there.
Yeah, you could reach the branch. And
Oh,
be like,
okay. I tried to shake her hand and thank her, but I don't know if I'm that tall.
You're welcome. You look like you were a little rough. I mean, you tried your best.
Yeah. Thurkar had a question, right? Like about Candlewick. Does he know Candlewick?
Yes, Candlefoot. I meant. I was mixing my candles, but yeah, Candlefoot. It's like, yeah, I know him. He's a nice guy. He was anyway until somebody took his voice. Sucks. Kind of playing.
Heard about that. Something about Kinku.
Oh, yeah. I think there's one of those running around. She's a little bitter. She'd be probably good brownie points with the owners if you catch her. Not that I would.
What do you know of the owners?
They have their secrets, just like everyone here does. Yeah, so far they've been doing pretty good with running this place.
Well, so if we were to happen to meet them later, that'd be a good thing, something
Oh,
we should be
yes.
prepared
Yes.
for.
Yes, I think it would be a very good thing to meet them and see what kind of see what happens. And definitely making sure you're on their good, getting their good graces. Never know what kind of doors open for you.
What happens to those that are not in their good graces?
Well, seeing that sometimes go missing.
When Candlefoot voice be one of those things?
No, his voice was stolen. But he was so happy. I heard he was going to propose to his love.
Mermaid.
Then has lost his voice. He's so depressed ever. Funny story about those two.
I wonder if
Plays
anybody
and
else
starts to kind of sing a melody with it about the mime who very blue, and the siren song who brought color to his skin, to his face. Kind of brings it back in. It's essentially kind of telling a story of a couple.
Does anybody else? I can't remember in our stories and listening to this. Was there somebody else that was in love with the mermaid? I wonder.
I'm aware of.
Okay, I'm just looking back at my notes because I remember she told us a story, but I can't remember what it was. So.
Oh, you're talking about the swan story to you?
Yeah.
That-
Yeah, it was the mermaid. It was the mermaid and
The mime.
Candlefoot. Candlefoot
Right.
was they were having they had fallen in love and whatnot, and then you heard that from the swan, and then this story that the bard sings is kind of I can't sing, so I'm not even gonna try. But I'm thinking like Yesker from the Witcher one, where he sings his bard tales about the two of them. And how he was you've seen Candlefoot. He's very, very monochrome in his color, and hearing the story of how when he heard the siren song, that all of a sudden he had color come back to his features, as if it was brightening him up, to lose his voice and to no longer be able to express in the same way, and expression that comes with it. She does that, and then after she kind of finishes the rhyme, she just continues to kind of play along with Thurkar and Felonia as long as she's still playing.
What about the displacer cat? She lost her cub. Is she not in the good graces of the owners?
I mean, she's been here for a while. She watches over the lost thing. Her cub wandered off. It's very sad.
You seem to know a lot about what goes on here.
Sit here and you sit and you play music, and people enjoy the music. They tend to talk, and you hear, and who knows what you can hear. And every so often you come across people who you feel like taking a chance.
What was your name again? I'm Felonia, by the way.
That's your Felonia. You can call me Tumblestrum.
Tumblestrum?
Tumblestrum. Tumblestrum. No, we're not participating in a spelling bee.
I actually had that one right, though. So currently I have had most of the other ones wrong, but that one I got right.
Nice.
And I'm Terry the Terrific.
Yes, Terry.
That's what you call me. That's terrific.
You muted yourself for some reason.
The Terrific. Yeah, Terry.
So terrific.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the knife throwing. How'd you feel about that one?
Well, I feel like we've, there's a couple of pointers here and there that we can work out on the side, but I thought it went pretty well.
Okay. No, hey, you know what they say, you got to practice your craft.
Yes, but his could be deadly.
She just kind of looks at you as she plays. It's like,
I'm
and what things are not deadly if applied in a particular way?
Excellent point. I'm third here, by the way.
Okay.
Well, is there anything else of note that you've been able to ascertain while playing your beautiful music?
No, I think I've given you enough to work with. I mean, now the question is what are you going to do? Are you planning to? I mean, there's so many other stories to listen to. You should ask the one about the woman who searched for her horse.
Yes.
Who knows that one?
Well,
If you
there's
find
the
a set of
carousel.
horses, you can always ask them.
The carousel has horses, right?
That's right.
Dylan wanders up for this and says, "Okay, pony it up."
See what you did there. And
Really?
I had too many cupcakes for that nonsense.
Oh, with that, it sounds like we're going to the carousel, and that's where we're going to take our mid-session break. So we'll
Right.
take a quick 10-15 minute stretch, refill our drinks, all that, and then we'll come back and we'll explore the carousel.
Alrighty.
See y'all in a few. Thanks for watching so far. See you in the second half.
Become inspired by Syrinscape Online Player's massive sound library and weave your tabletop legends by building custom sound sets that bring your immersive world to life. Simply download the app to access the entire Syrinscape archive anytime you need epic sounds. The online player works perfectly alongside any virtual tabletop to bring your players together no matter where they are in the world. Broadcast your custom sound sets in real time with flawless audio quality to give them a game they'll never forget. Get the Syrinscape Online Player today at Syrinscape.com.
Alrighty. Everything's loaded up. Looks like we're back. Go. Alrighty. So everybody had their snacks and their drinks and all those fun things. For the most part, anyway. So second half, the party is now moving toward the carousel. Thankfully, and oddly enough, the carousel is not too far away. As soon as you walk out of the feasting orchard, just across the way, you can kind of see the carousel in the pretty close, couple 100 feet, give or take. And there's like a steady stream of people, and as you kind of come close, you see what appears to as you see a procession of wooden unicorns that stand motionless on a circular wooden platform. Fairgoers clamber onto the unicorns' backs, and a female centaur sets the ride in motion. The unicorns shake their manes and creak to life, cantering around the carousel to the delight of the riders. Stops and they get off, and another set comes on. You see this as you kind of walking up, this centaur that's taking the tickets and operating the ride. She's got kind of like a white and red kind of splotchy paint color on the fur and her skin. She's wearing like a blue and purple top with like blue and black butterfly wings. She seems fairly happy as she's greeting everybody.
Carrie just kind of walks up and looks for the line. Where do we wait?
Just get in that line. See, and as she kind of points, you see the line. You see a line that's kind of there. It's not very long at this point, but it is. You see the group and see a group coming on, and starts taking the tickets. So it's you pretty much just kind of fall in. Think of it like roller coaster rides, where it's like you get there just at that right time. There's like you're literally walking up with only a few people in front of you. She's sitting there, and she kind of takes the tickets and kind of puts the ride in motion. Kind of stands there.
Say, I heard there was someone looking for a horse. I figured this is a carousel. There might be horses around.
Yeah. I mean, there's horses here. Yeah, but finding horses doesn't always lead the way you want it to go.
Wait, what does that mean?
Sometimes when you're looking for something, it doesn't. You don't quite find it in the way you wouldn't. And it's one of those. It's like as she talks, it's like she's trying to make it a joke, but there's a little too much sadness behind it as she says it, where it's not terribly convincing. It's almost like there's a bad memory that's coming forward. And she's trying to play it off. Just kind of put on a look of having fun and trying to participate in the merriment of the carnival.
Did you lose a horse?
Yes. Did you lose a horse?
Say that the volume was a little. Say that again.
Did you lose a horse?
Yeah. Once upon a time, I did.
You want to talk about it?
I lost my horse. I was desperate to find her. Made some bad choices.
How long ago was that?
Before I joined the carnival. Place that would take me in.
Oh, I'm sorry, my dear. It must be rough without being able to find your horse.
Eventually, I found it.
Oh? Where was that?
She looks over. She kind of looks down and looks at her lower half. Back up.
Gwen looks dumbfounded.
Mhm. Did you join with your horse?
Say again?
Can you join with your horse?
When you make deals, be careful about the deal.
Hmm.
The
Who
deal
did you?
may not end the way you think it will.
Who did you make a deal with? Someone at the carnival?
She sits there. She kind of, as she tries to, you can almost see she's thinking about what to say. It's a woman said she would help, and at the and then realized it was a bad deal, and
What woman was this?
she goes to. You tell she's really kind of thinking about it, and as she goes to attempt to tell you, all of a sudden her hands kind of sprout mushrooms, and she immediately starts to kind of wipe them off. It's a bad deal.
Perhaps you could. Okay, so you can't say it. And also, what's going on with the hands?
You know when you should avoid certain subjects? Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah, no.
Yes, my dear. It's
But anyways, it's your turn to get on. Your turn to get on. Go, get on. Have fun. Enjoy the carousel. Enjoy the horses.
Don't you need to
fun.
punch my ticket?
Yes. Bunch of the tickets so y'all can get on, and as you those who are getting on, you notice that these horses are the you see 8 unicorns in like four pairs. And as you get on, you see that each one kind of has a nameplate, but some of the lettering and whatnot is worn away, and some of it not so kind of see the nameplates is like one nameplate has a word you can make out, another one has a word you can't quite make out. There seems to be a different set of words for each pair, the 4 pair.
Now, I'm going to try and read the ones closest to the horses that I'm approaching.
Okay. Give me a roll me a d. Let me roll a d4. Just pair you're gonna. Okay, so it's the first pair. The one tag. One tag says fortunes. Or fortune, and another tag, and you look over to the other tag, and all you can make out is a B.
Okay, fortune sounds good. I think that's the one I'll take.
All right, so you set up on fortune.
I'll
Terry?
go next one.
Oh, Turko, you're gonna okay.
All right.
All right.
I'll go on as well.
Okay. So Gwen, Turko, you go with the first pair as well, and you see one tag says fortune, the other one, the tag just has a B on it. Gwen, you go to the third pair. You see one tag that says stone, and as you look over to the other one, all you can see is another one. You see you can make out 2 letters, M and S.
And are those letters next to each other, or is it just?
No, it's you see an M, there's a space, and then an S.
Stone.
Yeah. You go to the same pair as Gwen, and you see one tag says stone, and the other tag has an M space S.
Okay.
Barry and Felonia, you guys are getting on as well. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
So 2 or 4, 2 or 4. All right. So Terry, you go to the second pair. That one name tag says fall, and the other name tag has a P, an R, and then a space. And Felonia. So Felonia, you go to the fourth pair, and the name tag on one says Stitch, and on the other name tag you see a space, N, and a space.
Hmm.
Is there anything else on the carousel? Just those words and letters
Well, these are the name tags on the
on the horses?
on the horses.
Mm.
If any and the centaur whose name is Diana, she says she kind of says like, she says she tells y'all it's like, phrases are great things, great sources of names are phrases.
Say that one more time.
Phrases are a great source of names.
What was the horse? What were the ones? I just totally blanked out on which ones I
All right,
was near.
you're at the third pair. And if you're sharing this, that way I can tell you all at once. So first pair, there is one name tag says fortune. The other name tag has a B and then a space after that. Second pair,
Do we want to
is
share what we
fall.
think it is?
and then the next one is PR and then space for letters. The third pair, one says stone, and the other name tag has an M, a space, and then an S. And the fourth pair is Stitch is the first tag, and the second tag has a space, an N, and then a space.
Oh, I know mine. I think
Yeah.
I know the stone one.
Is it
The Stitch.
fortune favors the bold? For the
Yes.
first one?
That's the
The stone
first
and
one.
moss. I
Again?
would think
Stone gathers no moss.
moss.
Rolling stone gathers no moss.
No
That's
moss.
another one. Too late.
Mine's a stitch in time, I think. Maybe.
Stitch in time
Save
Saves
9.
9.
Save 9.
saves 9.
I could be wrong though.
Nope. A stitch in
Fall
time saves
time.
9. All right.
Fortune. Did we get the fortune one?
Yep.
Fortune favors the bold.
A
Bold.
rolling
Stone
rolling stone gathers no
moss.
moss. And a stitch
Fall
in time
before the
saves 9.
pride.
Yeah.
That just leaves the second pair.
Pride
Which
before the
is-
fall? Or
Pride before no fall. No.
Yep. Pride goes
Yeah.
before.
Pride goes before the fall.
So as
You
the
should
car-
really. I
as
yelled
the
to
carousel
Diana.
Let's figure those out so quick.
We're old.
We're old.
That's why you've never heard of them.
Wow.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm just gonna go.
My students
That's
never know
what
any of
our
those.
own
You
mind.
never know those things.
We might need your youth.
I'll say something to my kids like about like an apple a day, and they're like, "What are you talking about, Mr. Lockwood?"
So Gwen will yell to Diana, "You really need to fix these name tags. We know their names, but don't you have paint?" And she hops on Moss.
Actually, as soon as when it's done, and you come back and you tell her and you say that, she actually kind of, yeah, actually I do, right there. I mean, since y'all are since y'all are on there, if you want to repaint the name tags, that'd be
Gwen will
nice.
take the paint and write Moss in a nice green. And then she decides she wants to ride that one. She is a nature cleric. Makes sense.
So
And she passes the paint to you guys so you can label your own sets. I don't know if we had them.
so just write bold on the one horse, or
Yeah.
All right, so you've solved all the names, so you filled in the names, and as the carousel goes and the horses come to life, the horses all sit there and speak to you,
Hmm.
and they thank you
Thank you, horse.
for the kindness, and they sit there and they relay information to you. Specifically, when it comes to, they sit there and they tell you that so for the first, so hear that there are hags involved with some of the lost things. There are they find out there are three hags to watch out for. There's Valvorna, Scabatha, and Endolin. Tell you about they tell you that Bolovia has a house that walks around in a swamp. Scabatha lives in a hollowed out tree, a forest. Endolin lives in a mountaintop. And you hear them talk of they tell you a phrase. They tell you a set of phrases. One is, the hag you seek is allergic to seeing someone run. Wider shins. Widdershins. Another one says, the hag you seek sleeps in a dollhouse and can't remember the first creature she sees when she wakes up. Third phrase you hear is, the hag you seek has foreseen her death, which happens during an eclipse. And they sit there and they relay that information to you, and like, want to find what you have lost? You find the hags. The hags.
What was the name of the first tag?
Valvorna, Bavlorn. Scabatha, Skabatha. And
That's not a hag.
Endolin, Endelyn.
Okay. The hag you seek is afraid of widdershins.
the first hag we
So-
seek.
Is afraid of widdershins. I have the hag you seek saw her own death during an eclipse, and I missed the other one, so I hope somebody else has that written down somewhere.
The first one was about running away.
Running widdershins.
Yeah, Widdershins.
Widdershins.
I'm not familiar with the word.
Yeah, I'm not either. Would you mind repeating those phrases again? Or the hag you seek.
The hag you seek sleeps in a dollhouse and can't remember the first creature she sees when she wakes up. The hag you seek has foreseen her own death, which happens during an eclipse. The hag you seek is allergic to seeing someone run widdershins.
Allergic.
And that's what that's the phrases that Terry, Felonia, Thurkar, and Dalen all hear. For Nat and Gwen, the phrases that the phrase what you hear is they talk of Zybilna, Zybilna, her frozen in time, and her domain is split among among some hags.
Hey, I nudge. Nah, is that who we're looking for?
I think that's who we're looking for.
Zybilna.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so she's frozen in time, and her lands have hags in it.
Her
But
domain
where-
is split among
her-
the hags.
Domain is split among the hags.
Did
Okay.
it say
So-
she's frozen in time, or I know she's frozen. I don't know. It was
Frozen in time,
okay.
Yeah.
in a domain, and her domain is split amongst the hags.
And you hear the hags' names.
Where did the first hag Balvorna live?
House, walking
The
house.
walking house in the swamp.
Yeah.
And Nilan, what did they say about? I'm not hearing
Mountaintop.
this, so I'm
In a mountaintop.
On top, and then Sabina was the hollowed out tree.
Yeah, in the forest.
okay. I did have that. I wrote it in the wrong name. I assume we're gonna share this information at some.
Yeah. So the carousel goes around, and as it comes to a stop, the unicorns go back to their inert kind of
Aw.
statue-like thing. The outside sounds kind of filter back in, and you all are kind of sitting there with that, all expecting to get on a carousel with just some moving horses. Instead, the horses spoke to you. These
This is the
unicorns
most
spoke to
information
you
we've had this
kinda-
entire
Yeah.
adventure.
So much information.
Just want to point out, Gwen, while they were still alive, was petting Moss and being like, "You're so pretty. You're so great." I'm gonna assume Moss is like, the color like a brownish green, and which is like one of her favorite colors. And she's listening to the information given, and she's just petting it. And she's very depressed when it turns back into an inanimate horse.
Gwen was having the time of her life.
So when it's done and you all exit off, you're kind of standing there, and
Yep.
Diane is taking the next group in and kind of sets them about their ride. As she stands there, it's like,
That was very informative. Thank you.
And I assume at the entrance exit when we get off, we share all this information because you guys heard certain things and we heard certain things. So I'm just gonna say, share the information about Zybilna. I assume that's how I'm pronouncing it. I don't know if that's correct. The
Yep.
frozen in time
Mm-hmm.
and
You
the
and I are the two
hags.
who heard that. And so, yeah, I'm going to say, hey, I found out a great clue about our quest, about Zybilna, and repeat what we learned.
I'm
Careful.
gonna
careful when you make deals.
walk, kind of ease over to Diane.
Diana
Is
says,
that Diana said that?
Yep. Careful if
Yeah.
you make any deals.
is there any way we can help you undo your deal?
What was the stipulation that your deal? I know I'm.
She tries to form the words. You can see the in her face as she forms the words, and as it looks like she has them formed, she just kind of takes her head to the side and just kind of vomits sap. Like
Sap?
sap.
Tree sap.
Oh,
And her fingers sprout mushrooms and
Sorry, stop talking about it. I apologize. Don't worry about it. Forget it.
kind of brushes them off. And
Can you nod yes or no without consequences? Have you tried that? Well, okay. How about this? I'm going to say a name. You nod yes if it's the person that created this deal for you. Belvorna?
see her, she starts to move her head, and again, that she just gets a little. You see her.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
okay.
like when you have one of those moments where you feel like you're going to, and it's like
Yeah.
you just see it in your face. That's she does that, and she kind of quickly holds it.
What about?
I
Scabbard?
take this moment to
Each
vomit.
each hag name you say, she does the same reaction.
It's the same
You have
reaction.
no clear indicate. She can't give you any clear indication.
Mm.
Can't tell you anything other. And as you give her some time, and she kind of composes herself, and
I'm still full of custard, so I probably it's not very unpleasant.
Well, if there is a way for us to help you, we will try it.
that would be nice. I'm reunited with my horse. I'm out the way.
Wanted to be.
I miss
Yes.
having to.
Mm,
Understand.
mm.
Well, hang in there as I pat them on the back.
I kind of just slap Terry like rude.
Did we ever ask her name?
Diane.
Yeah, her name
Diana.
is
Yeah.
Diane
Diane
Cloppington.
Coppington.
CLOPPINGTN.
Clop. I get it. I get that pun.
Yeah.
Just like the strum gnome.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Tumblestrum.
strum, yes.
There's so many puns and dad jokes happening in this episode, and I do not know how to feel about
Hey,
it.
that is one that was actually in the book. You can't be mad at Scoob for that one. Most of the names are puns.
The Coppingtons of the Upper East Side Coppingtons.
Yes.
Oh, all the shenanigans.
Okay, now
So-
what? I say that to the group. Sorry.
You've managed to occupy a little bit. It's the last hour before the end of the carnival. You see some people are kind of moving about as you kind of step out of the carousel area. There are still a few random kind of booths and different games. The major attraction, the Dragonfly rides, is still nearby, or you can start making your way Big Top for the crowning of the Witchlight monarch.
Well, we have one punch left.
Do we think that we would have time for the
Have
dragonfly
two.
ride?
Yep.
And
You could have time for the Dragonfly ride, or you could
Yeah.
Go big.
Why are we doing everything that makes us move? My stomach
that's-
is.
you gotta work it out, Gwen. You gotta work it out. You gotta just keep moving. Keep moving. It'll be fine.
Okay. No,
Look for
she
the
feels.
dragonflies.
So so it sounds like you're heading over there. So as you guys cross the pathway into the area, you see huge lily pads rest on the surface of a pool, glistening with phosphorescent algae. Giant dragonflies use the lily pads as landing platforms, buzzing loudly overhead with wings as brilliant as stained glass windows. They alighting briefly to drop off and pick up excited passengers. Near the entrance, a small, smiling tree turns your way and beckons you over. A red squirrel clings to his leafy canopy, peering at you suspiciously.
Are you related to that other squirrel? Or was it that was a squirrel?
Is this
I think
Seymour
he-
or Betty?
I think she was gray, though. You're right. But are you related to the one in Seymour? I can't remember her name. Betty.
Ah, man, he just goes on there. I'm just right here, man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very aloof.
What's your name?
Oh,
Christian Slater, I'm sorry.
I see a theme. Let's name this one Rose.
ah. You can call. Red here calls me Northwind. Oh.
That's fun. Have you seen anything interesting over here?
Well, I mean, there's all these kids running around.
Well, I mean, this is a carnival.
Yeah, man. Great car. Kids are always happy.
Are they?
Yeah. Wouldn't be happy
Okay.
here. I mean, look at that. Those wings.
Hmm.
Are you feeling all right?
Laid
Very much so. Perhaps maybe don't be too laid back in the tree. You might fall.
Red runs the place. I'm just here hanging out in case there's problem.
Red is the name of the train.
Tree?
No, Red. As you say that, Red kind of looks at y'all and just kind of suspiciously and kind of grabs an acorn and just kind of holds it. Is like Northwind's like and Northwind kind of holds up his arm where Red's standing. I want to ride the dragon.
Yeah. As long as we don't have to ride the dragon.
Yeah.
I wouldn't squish. I know they're big, but so am I. I won't hurt the things, will I?
Yeah, you're fine. I mean, they're.
Okay.
And as you kind of look over, and Gwen, as you look at them, it's like these dragonflies are
Huge.
like warhorse size, broadness of where the saddles are. So you thought the snails were an impressive size. These are also a very impressive size. They kind of they're kind of up and down. They land and they buzz around and come down again. It's just there's just kind of this motion back and forth with come up, they circle, they come down. It's almost like there's this continuing cadence of.
Well, I'm super excited, so I run over there and jump on the dragonfly.
She'll hand her ticket over.
Kind
Go
of,
on.
he clips your tickets so for those who can go and run, and y'all go up.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's you see 8 giant dragonflies that are kind of there, and as you kind of get on as you're going to get on, there's you see a kind of a shout or kind of a panic as you see this looks like this dwarf with a blue beard kind of sits sits on a dragonfly. He's kind of sitting there. He's got because there's these harnesses you're supposed to wear so you don't fall off, kind of like How to Train Your Dragon, where it's like you don't want to fall off mid-flight. You see this dwarf; he's kind of half there, and there's he kind of shouts, and then the dragonfly bucks a little bit, and then you see him trying to kind of calm the dragonfly. But it strikes you as a little odd to see a dwarf with a blue beard. The way they're speaking, it's kind of it doesn't sound dwarvish. But the panic in their voice when they first draw your attention. What? So, go ahead and if anyone wants to investigate, go and roll a perception on the second.
Terry say, could this be your missing Kenku friend or person that we're looking for?
Yeah, I don't see much of anything.
Ooh.
I rolled a 1.
You've been rolling so well all day.
I know, natural 1.
This is just making up for it.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 22.
There you go. Very observant.
I got an 18.
As always, the thing I'm supposed to be good at. I roll a low number.
I'm +6, but that would be a total of 7. So,
Yeah, I have a total of 7 as well.
Oh, a total of 10. And then I'm looking out for all
So
of them.
all right, so I'm seeing Dylan. You got a 11.
Yes.
Gwen, you got an 18.
Yep.
Thurkar, you got a 10. Who else rolled? And
7 for Terry.
I got a 22.
I
Terry,
got a
what'd you get?
7.
7.
Bologna- Okay.
Yeah.
So as you all are kind of watching and you're seeing this, Nat, this does not sound kosher. This something is totally not good with this.
Okay.
And you see, and it's so when you see when you kind of as you kind of look closer and you see that there's kind of a brief, almost an imperceptible shimmer to the appearance of the dwarf, and that clues you in right away that it's there's some kind of magic involved with it.
Okay.
Everybody else is kind of just like, okay, the dwarf looks odd. You're sitting there going, that's not a dwarf.
That's nope.
Are you telling us?
I'm just gonna look over at the rest of the party and just go, guys, I know you're not seeing this, but that's not a dwarf. That is not a dwarf. There's something about that thing. Something's not right.
So is he getting on to ride along with us or getting off?
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get himself fastened in, but the dragonfly started to buck and get a little hyper. So he's trying to you see the dwarf trying to calm the dragonfly.
And we all
in that action is letting you realize you're realizing, or that's definitely realizing that's not a dwarf. It's something else.
Okay.
You can tell Northwind and
Can
Red.
I? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead, Thurkar.
Maybe we should tell Northwind and Red.
Okay.
And squirrel in the tree.
Is that what you do? You shout out to them?
Well, I didn't say it. I said
Discuss it.
Can-
Tell me what you want to do as you're seeing this. That's telling you that it's not a dwarf.
Oh yeah, I'll say.
So no, it's not a.
With that,
I don't know. Northwind seems out of it. I don't think Northwind's gonna give us any sort of definite answer.
Yeah, I'll shout out and say there's something wrong with that gloom bearded dwarf.
Can I cast speak with animals and like yell to the dragonfly?
Sure can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I don't know why it's making me roll.
Thinking you roll?
I don't know. It says cast. So yeah, I'm gonna yell to the dragonfly, not even to the, because I believe that when she says it's not a dwarf. My friend, why don't you like that thing? Can you see what it truly is? In dragonfly, I don't know what dragonflies sound like.
So you shout that over, and
Yeah.
the rest of you hear her just kind of speaking something that sounds
Clicking.
like buzz, 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 buzz. And the dragonfly kind of vibrates its wings a little bit, and it kind of responds back. And the response is something to Gwen is something to the effect is like, dwarves don't feel like that when they ride. This one's itchy.
Itchy. I'm gonna run over to the dwarf and be like, "Are you having trouble?" I'm not gonna say I know you're not a dwarf, but I'm like, "Are you having trouble with the dragonfly? I can talk to it, maybe calm it down."
And the dwarf is now kind of most of the way out of the saddle and the harness.
Oh, he's getting
Sees
out.
you-
Or I thought he
sees
was
you-
getting out.
Sees as you come up and
What?
hear and the fact heard and gives you an impression that it understood the conversation as well, and starts to turn to bolt and run out of the ride area.
Can I try to grab him when he tries to go past?
Sure can.
I like
Another football
grabbing,
tackle.
I like grabbing small creatures and trying to grapple them.
Yeah.
What do I roll for that?
It's a strength check.
Oh God, that's not gonna work. What's a strength check? Oh God, D&D Beyond, be nice to me. Okay, it's a 12. Better than most of my rolls tonight.
I'm gonna run over and help Gwen because
Okay.
I was there and saw what
Oh
I
yeah.
know something's not right.
All right, so Gwen, you get to roll with advantage because she's trying to help you.
Oh, okay, that's not gonna help with my luck today. Oh, 14.
Oh no!
Hey, it's better than it was.
Better than it
All
was.
right, so
Yeah.
we'll hold on that.
I'm gonna cast Entangle on him.
Zerkar, what is it again?
I want to cast Entangle on the runaway dwarf.
Okay.
Just to check,
I just shoot him. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
we're not supposed to
You just see
harm
that.
anybody in the carnival, but Entangle's not really harming.
No.
I think it's
Giving him
funny.
a nice warm hug.
Hey, you don't look like a dwarf, so let's
is
go
it-
ahead and grab you and knock you to the ground. I like it. I think it's a great idea.
I'm not knocking him to the ground. I was trying to like hold him.
What's
Did
the
I need to
area?
roll?
Entangle's an area effect, right?
Oh no, you're gonna
Entangle
entangle
can-
me?
Did I
Can
need
be
to,
20 feet
roll?
range.
A 20-foot radius?
Yeah, I think.
You're
No,
gonna
it's
get
a 20-foot square.
Okay.
Oh,
20
What do
foot
I have to
square,
roll?
which will totally cover. Okay. You cast Entangle to try and catch the dwarf.
that's a strength 14 DC.
Copy that. All right. Well, okay. We're holding on that. Dylan, what are you doing in this while this is going off?
Well, I was actually hopping on the dragonfly and strapping in, so I'm slightly confused about what's going on, and I'm going to finish strapping in and
Okay.
kind of watch what's happening over there.
Terry?
I am going to walk over to the perimeter of wherever this entanglement is being cast and just try to reason with the dwarf, blue dwarf.
As your
I
friend
could-
is grabbing.
Oh, so you try to block the dwarf to try and stop him and talk to him?
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
going to try and talk to him. I'll stand in his path and
Okay.
then
You
try
move you move to an intercepting position.
Right.
Okay.
right.
Colonial, what about you?
I had already said I kind of ran to the dragonflies and strapped in, so I'm assuming I'm probably already on a dragonfly.
So you ran to strap in.
Yeah, so I probably
you
already
and
am.
Dylan are all strapped in,
Yeah.
ready for your ride. So and since you were rushed in there, so here's what happens.
Yeah.
So Felonia runs to the dragonfly, gets all strapped in, and as she's finishing the strap and the rest and realize, and then hears Nat say, "Hey, that's not a dwarf." As you hear the noise, Gwen rushes over, realizing that the dwarf is going to start to run. Nat comes in there. Gwen and Nat tackle the dwarf. All of
I'm
a
used to
sudden,
that.
they're covered in vines, and the dragonfly is covered in vines as well as it tries to lift off.
Oh,
Terry moves to
baby.
an intercepting position and just kind of sees that this somehow a lily pad sprung vines and wrapped everybody up. And meanwhile, and as that kind of goes, Dylan and Felonia, you see, but your dragonflies lift off and start their circuit around what happens. So
So
now
can we
it's-
control them at all? Can I get it to like hover over the action?
Yeah, you could. You come over, and it's like you're kind of like kind of like police helicopter circling around the scene, looking down.
We've
So
got
I
a
need
runaway
I need
dwarf
Gwen
at the
and Nat
corner,
to
right?
make. Well, you went to tackle, so you really wouldn't
Yeah.
have much of a chance to get out of the entanglement, but the entanglement grabs on. So what do you do? And then as that all goes off, Northwind kind of stands up and you hear the chattering from you hear Red kind of just going off in Squirrel.
Okay. I still have speak with animals. What did Red say?
Oh, so yeah, so Red sits as Northwind walks over, and it's like, what is happening, dude, man? And Red's like, see, I told you, you sit there and you let these crazy people in, they're gonna make a mess. I keep telling you that.
Did you hear about the mirror hall?
Say again.
No, I'm kidding.
All right, so
No, you're
now
not.
it's like, so now you have the dwarf, and as you're holding the dwarf, Gwen, you realize that it doesn't feel like a dwarf. It feels like there's, as the spell fades, and you're holding a Kenku with fairy wings.
We called it.
I
Yeah.
was
Well,
guessing.
I don't think Gwen really knows anything about the Kenku. Why are you hiding? Fake
No.
dwarf?
Carrie's told us about that.
Oh, did we?
We know
Okay, I
about the
can't
Kenku,
remember.
yeah.
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 That's why I said, I
you.
wonder if that's your Kenku.
I mean, yeah, this is like, so Gwen,
Yeah.
if you've never seen Gwen,
I mean, I
you're
would
looking
know
at
what a
looks
Kenku-
like a bird that's bipedal and the size of Terry.
It's you, she goes. Why are you pretending to be a dwarf? And why are you bothering this poor dragonfly? He said you
I'm
felt
just
funny.
sitting there trying to enjoy the ride.
But
You're
why are you
ruining
hiding?
my fun. Now let me go.
I didn't do this. I thought you did this.
Just relax, friends. Just
I mean-
relax. Take
He's
it
like
easy. There's
giving
no
the
sense
little
in
tongue
getting worked up here.
Well, who did this? And she's
That's
like trying to
me.
rip the vines apart. It's like, who did this?
That's me, I'm afraid.
What are you afraid of? I'm sorry.
I'm not afraid of this little bird. But I wonder what Kenku tastes like chicken.
All right, so Thurkar, do you dispel the entanglement?
No.
No. No, because we want the Kenku. I understand.
All right, so you got you're
Out of
all
character.
tangled up. The Kenku drops the disguise
Still
self.
like
The magic that's holding it, and the thing is you're hearing as this Kenku talks in kind of a very kind of smooth male voice,
would I
But
know
the thing-
how oh sorry.
with
Go ahead.
smooth voice telling you, it's like, just let me go. You're ruining what is the meaning of this? You're ruining my experience.
Would I know how Kenkus normally speak? Like
Roll
They
a
do.
roll a history check.
oh, that's not gonna work.
Actually, it's a history or nature, your pick.
History. History is actually better than nature. As a nature cleric, I find that hilarious.
That's a little fun.
And I only got an 11, so
No, actually, this one's not too bad. As you, from what you know of Kenkus, they typically will mimic another person's voice, but it always sounds kind of choppy. Yet what you're hearing is complete sentences.
okay. So Gwen will look at the Kenku and be like, who are you really? You are not really Kenku either, are you? You are talking too well. And as she's like all tangled up, I don't know if I actually
Yeah, you both would have tackled
to
her
grab
and then
him,
got wrapped
hop
up in the vines. So now
okay,
you're
so I'm literally like I'm
We'll just bunch together. All right.
yeah.
You're like a burrito.
I'm like yelling in this bird's face. She's
Essentially,
smelling
yeah.
all the cupcakes.
You're not yelling in its face because you're 10 feet tall and it's 4 feet tall.
Well, I'm assuming I'm like on my back and the Kenku's like on top of me because I went like this and then the vines wrapped around me. So
Yeah, it would have been like a side. It would have been like
maybe I'm talking to it the top
like
of
a
its
side
head,
tack. It's like you would have lunged forward, and Nat would have lunged at a similar angle, and Kind of like, it's like if you watch like professional football when like two people tackle the runner,
Yeah.
one low, one high. That's kind of what happens. And then
Yeah.
and then as you tackle and land on the lily pad, all of a sudden these vines sprout out and just wrap you up.
And we're
I
also
think
on the
there's-
lily pad, so I'm getting a little motion sick again. Like, why is everything moving tonight?
Didn't the barn tell us to take the Kenko in to see Mr. Light and Mr.
Yes.
Was
She
that
said we might be in their favor if we bring them the Kenko. I want to know what the Kenko is up to. I don't think we've actually figured out.
Terry is just gonna kind of lean down and look at the Kenku in this mound of vines and furbolg, and
Don't forget Tiefling too.
right, and
I'm
he'll-
here too.
and he'll say, so you wouldn't happen to be the one that stole the mime's voice, would you?
wait, that makes a lot of sense now. Maybe we should take him to Candlefoot first.
Do I have?
I only borrowed it. I need.
But
When
don't
is the,
you
like-
see what you've done to the man?
Give it back to him. As soon as I get the information I need.
And what information do you need that's worth stealing his voice?
I need to know what happened to my patron. And with that, we'll end for tonight's session.
Oh.
Darn! I have a feeling
Why
I
do you-
know who his patron is. Like so many
That was a critical role. ending.
weaves of the web. These webs we weave, it's all interconnected.
Wait, we're still stuck.
I
That
know.
web
You
is
didn't
on.
let us out. Are you mad
No.
at you? I'm gonna
I did
shove some
not.
fish eyes down your throat when I get out of it.
That'll be good for me.
Good for me.
I don't want the Kenku to get away.
But
No,
we're still stuck.
I'm kind of glad you did it because, oh my god, I didn't think about. Oh, his voice is so smooth and wonderful. It's like, how? Glad somebody else has a brain. Because Glenn isn't that smart.
So we now have a couple of weeks to think about what we're doing with.
Yes, those.
And
vines are
again,
gonna be
Gwen
pretty
is
tough.
tackling a poor little animal. I'm
I'm not even
oh,
there. I'm
man.
like riding a dragonfly like somewhere over a
Yeah,
swamp. I'm
it's
like, I'm not paying
It's
attention to
it's
anything.
like I could just see this. We're coming back. It's like, all right, so Felonia's flying on a dragonfly.
Yeah.
So is Dylan.
Just totally excited about this. Like this was her thing. She wanted to do
Oblivious.
the entire night, and she's
Yeah.
doing it. And totally missed the
big
crazy
reveal.
caper of capturing the Kenku. Dylan is kind of overseeing and trying to control his dragonfly to watch what happens. Tuakar is there after
Holy
casting the
shit.
spell, and then Nat and Gwen and the Kenku are all wrapped up in vines on a lily pad, and Terry's just kind of kneeling over in that kind of. So this is what it's like to do something really stupid. Right?
I'm gonna see
Harry
it
should
now.
be used to that.
I fly and I turn around. I'm like, what happened? He was only gone for
I
3
don't
minutes.
know.
This is when you
I
need
don't
a
know what
break.
Gwen is
That's
thinking
harder.
today. She's not thinking. That's a problem.
Felonia's just up in the sky, like, oh, look at the pretty stars. Look at the clouds.
It's like that was.
There's the
that was
swan,
full
yep.
up. It's like I don't want to ride the dragonflies. I'm gonna ride the dragonflies.
I'm gonna do it whether you guys like it or not.
But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out for another Saturday night to play some D&D. Hope it was enjoyable and a lot of fun with a eating contest and puzzle solving. I mean, that's a lot you guys did tonight.
Thank you, Randall.
Yes, we did.
Hopefully it was enjoyable.
Yes.
Should be back again in 2 weeks to see what happens next with Kenku as we get into the last hour of the carnival for the night. There's still the crowning of the monarch. There's still meeting Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. There's finding out what happens with this Kenku and this tree ant that walks over and the squirrel that's complaining about how lax the about the situation
know.
with the guests.
I'm just hearing the squirrel cuss us out and squirrel.
Oh no, you're not the only one. The entire group can hear the squirrel complaining because the squirrel.
Oh yeah, he could talk out loud.
The squirrel can speak common.
Common. Oh, I thought I was using the speak with animal. Oops.
No, you did the speak with animals on the dragonfly.
Or the
you can hear
dragonfly.
a dragonfly complaining about being
Yeah.
captured.
Oh,
But-
poor dragonfly. I'm really mad at you now. More so for the dragonfly.
But overall, good session. I hope everybody had fun. If you're watching this on video on YouTube later, I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to hit a like. If you're new, subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of more videos. We have the podcast on Tuesday nights, or not Tuesdays, Wednesday nights. Scuba and the Ride podcast. And if you're a Patreon member, we have the after show, which we stream right afterwards. I think we should have a lot of fun when we do those. Everyone else, thank you for your time. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, do all the things, and we will see you on our next one. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Bye, everyone.